Hope you are all doing well. Let me start by introducing myself. I am Rajesh D. Sangvi, and by profession I am a businessman and also a human welfare worker for Isha Foundation of Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev Ji. Today I am going to talk to you about a very vital and important subject, and that is education. So let me start by asking you two questions, posing you to some two questions. That is, we find that a lot of people who have received very less formal education or almost no formal education, they have become the stars in the society. They are very successful in their life. There are a lot of accomplishments in their life, and they become a source of inspiration, and we admire them as an important part of the society. Whereas there are a lot of children who have gone through the formal education and they have done their graduation as well as their post graduation, but they are actually duds. Compared to the amount of knowledge they have been given, they are only doing a menial job to sustain themselves, and that is a failure of the modern education. So one more question which I wanted to pose you was that we also find that a lot of children due to peer pressure commit suicide in our schools for going to schools, and many of them take to intoxicants, many of them become criminals, many of them become drug addicts, many of them become part of the antisocial elements. So that means we are churning out a batch of children which we cannot help, where the failure of the conventional education is obvious to us. If you are paid so much for educating the child, and this is what you get as a result, I think there is something wrong with the way the conventional education is effective or is being used to train our children. So what is this thing that is different, that makes the other people become stars in the society and they not had much formal education? They would, if you were to ask them, they would tell you that they gained a knowledge of something which is far more superior to what the conventional education gives, and that is the science of the inner self. So what is this science of the inner self? This inner self is, when we were born in the mother's womb, we picked up a part of the earth, and we became a baby, and then we came out, and also through the whole process we have manufactured our mind and the body to live in this world. So since something has manufactured this mind and the body, that something must be far beyond the mind and the body, and that is called as inner self. So I will also tell you this science is actually the journey which a person takes by using his body and mind to go through a process where they come to know the inner self, and that is the science of the yoga and dhyana. And this is what is not being taught to the children in our modern education. And this science is actually very, very prehistoric, and we have lost touch with it. We are not showing, or we are not using it in our schools. In our ancient India, each child used to be taught this science, and that ensured the success of that child. Maybe the profession he did was not so important, but he chose was not so important, but this was very vital to success in life. So then what do? We need to combine these two sciences, the science of the inner self as well as the science of the conventional education, where the physics, chemistry, biology, economics or geography or what all subjects you teach, or even in the medicine, that is a medical field, what you are teaching is part of the external part of the sciences, which is part of the external environment. All that science which we see around, all the materialistic world we live in, which is not part of our mind and body, comes into the preview of the external engineering. So external engineering is being taught to the children without this vital knowledge about the inner self. So we need to see that both are combined and given to the children. So how do we do this? There is a three-step process through which you can imbibe this in in the children, and we see that every child that comes out from the school is a grand success in life. And how do we do this? What is the 3-step process? First of all, the children as they cross the age of puberty and they are 14 or 15 years old, they need to go through a purification process of their body. And this way they gain control over the body and the mind, and it is a way of detoxifying the body, where they get the control over their palate and the sensory organs. Then second part is, this is good establishment. You gain control over your mind and body. That's a great thing. And then you are not led astray anymore. Then second part of it is, they need to be told the truth about brahmacharya and leading a celibate life. We need to tell them that, you can have a family, a wife, and you can become a normal, householder, leading a celibate life. Because they need to be told that, the organ for giving birth is to be used only for giving birth. It is not to be used for acquiring sensual pleasures. And if they use it for acquiring sensual pleasures, then automatically they will come to their ruin. They will get destroyed. So being married or being a bachelor or whatever, you need to observe the celibacy. Now the third thing is, we need to impart them the science of the yoga and dhyana. And you would have heard about the Kundalini awakening and chakra activation. These are vital parts of the way through which the awakening takes place. When in this part of the knowledge, it is similar to becoming enlightened. So what is this enlightenment? Enlightenment is knowing the truth about life and the true nature of our existence. And with that, when you go through when you become enlightened, then you are very happy, blissful, cheerful, joyful, successful in life, and life becomes very stress-free. So regarding this enlightenment, in the olden days, a lot of people, few people used to get enlightened, and there was a big following for that. But in this modern society, we need to see that everybody gets enlightened, and the demand is there that everybody wants to become enlightened beings, and that enlightenment comes through the practice of yoga and dhyana. So now, what do we do about our education to make it a guaranteed success? What do we do? We teach both these sciences to the children and train them in the school itself in such a way that once they come out of the school, they are a grand success. So the science of the inner self is combined and amalgamated with the science of the external sciences, and through that, when they come out with learning all that, their life is a guaranteed success, no doubt about it, because they have the wholesome education, not halfway education when they don't know a very vital part of their what they should be knowing. So then I request even the government authorities to try out this type of education in our educational system. I'll give you a good news that Sadhguru Jagi Vasudev Ji and his Isha Foundation have already made several schools where this type of education is imparted, and those children get the knowledge of the inner self. They practice the yoga and the dhyana and all the three entire processes, and they become successful. And they are also given the sciences of they are also taught the sciences of the external engineering. Both these sciences are amalgamated and taught to children, and the children coming out of these schools are a source of envy. We know that they are great. They have great tools among themselves to become successful in their life. And there in Isha, there are some in the ashram itself. There are some schools which is called Isha Home School, Isha Samskriti, and there is a day scholar type school which is called Isha Vidya, where in all these three types of schools there is some difference in the way it is taught, but all of them compulsorily get the science of the inner self as well as inner engineering as well as external engineering. What Sadhguru calls this science, he calls it inner engineering, or in that he teaches a kriya, yoga kriya, in which is called Shambhavi Mahabhutra. And then people who take to this exploration of the inner self to a greater extent, there are more advanced programs available at the ashram which they can avail. So this is a grand success of the rightful type, the guaranteed type of education which will guarantee a student success in life, and he'll be a star in the society always, even though he studied all the external environment. See, external environment, we gain this knowledge, we want this knowledge too as a means of survival, but that all animals are also doing. They are going through the natural biological process and of survival. And what is the difference then between us and the animal? The difference is that as men, we are capable of transcending the divine. We can connect with the divine, we can connect with God, and we can be in touch with him, and we can know him better. And this knowledge, this knowing him, this perceiving God, and becoming alert and aware is called consciousness. And when you live a conscious life, obviously it's going to be a guaranteed success. So you would also have heard about now this success of Sadhguru is on a minute scale. We need to take it up to we need to spread it to all schools in the nation or in the world. That everywhere the children are gaining access to this type of education, which is a dual one, both the the science of the inner self as well as the external engineering, where they turn out as batches of successful people in the society. So that is the thing, and we want the government authorities to study this video which I am telling you, and study these Isha home schools or Isha schools to spread this type of way of teaching the children across the entire India and the world. And and when we have this type of education given to children, the society will become a grand success. Society will be filled with very accomplished and successful people. So that is the thing. And let me show you something. This is the book I have written, and that is called Inner Engineering. This is not engineer. I mean, going beyond my gurus for human welfare. A lot of the knowledge which I have imparted in this video is also there in this, as well as there are a lot of topics which are equally important to our society are also covered in this book. You can see my three gurus over there, Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, and Sadhguru, who are a source of the inspiration for me. And what I learned from them, through that I learned so many solutions to solving problems in our society. We are suffering a lot in this modern era, in spite of having the best technology. So why is that, and what is the solution for removing all the suffering and the pain in the society? Even this education, it becomes a pain when the children don't get the right type of education. They suffer and have pain in their life. So there are a lot of aspects of our existence and the truth about our existence which is explained in this book, and this is available for a few days in my website rajeshdsangvi.com. You can download it, and it is for free, and because I want you to benefit immediately from this type of book, and it is also on sale on Amazon and Flipkart and many other sites. So if you want the hard copy, you can buy it from these websites, and if you want a direct digital copy download, you can go to my website rajeshdsangvi.com and immediately download and have a look at the wisdom that is offered in this book. Thank you. So this is what I wanted to tell you about in this video, that we need to drastically change and overhaul the educational system and make it successful, and it should turn out people who are a huge success in our society. So thank you for listening in, and dhanyavad. Namaste. May God bless you, and God bless those children who are able to get this type of education and lead a successful life. And I wish that all children in our world are equally get access to this type of education and become success in the society. Namaste.